And I'm back with more Persona 5 Royal. Just trying to get my camera set up. It's been a couple of weeks. But Futaba is awake. And now, we're back with plot.
What's up?
So you're finally up, huh? Don't slack off just because you're on summer vacation.
Yo, you look tired.
We've made ourselves at home.
Late last night, it was discovered that someone has tampered with the hacker group Medjid's website. The site's main page now displays what is thought to be the mark belonging to the Phantom Thieves. More so, the personal information of a Japanese man, a possible Medjid member, was illegally publicized.
Aren't these the guys people have been up in arms about?
Medjid has yet to issue an official reply. Furthermore, their previously announced cleanse of Japan has remained unimplemented for now. Some speculate that they have taken this series of events seriously and ultimately canceled their plan.
Yeah.
Yes!
What are you all smirking about? Well, stop it. You're gonna drive away all my customers.
After the commercial break, we will be asking guests from various fields about this turn of events.
But there ain't any customers.
Can it? Customers are on summer vacation too.
Oh crap, I just realized our break's almost over.
There are still 10 days left.
I want to go somewhere, but we can't just leave Futaba-chan alone. Some things still concern me too.
Oh, did you just get up?
Good morning.
It seems she's cautious of us.
Hey, why don't we go upstairs? If any customers come, she'll be even more afraid.
Why don't you go with them, Futaba? It's about time my regulars show up anyway.
The fact that there were no damages due to the hackers' actions is but an afterthought. The issue I want to make clear is the attitude of the police, and more importantly, the government.
Oh boy. Looks like Sojiro knows this guy.
What do you mean? Are they doing their best to find an effective countermeasure against these Phantom Thieves? Is it not the government's duty to create a society where its citizens can live without worry? Unfortunately, the current cabinet is powerless. As such, they should be disbanded. I believe now is the time for me to risk my political career in hope of making a new reality, a new political system that goes beyond parties or factions.
This politician seems quite promising.
That's what they all say.
I have to agree. I hope he can work to ease the anxieties of the elderly.
What do you think, Bob?
Oh, sorry. I wasn't listening.
More like he found out who was talking and said no. Yeah, if it feels like I haven't been on camera for a while, it's probably because I haven't.
So the Phantom Thieves only stole the heart of Futaba Sakura? And Medjid was in turn defeated by her real-world hacking abilities? This does correlate to the facts as we know them. If he's telling the truth, then Wakaba Ishiki didn't commit suicide. Did a third party target her life with the goal of destroying her research? Wakaba's death was 2 years ago. That also coincides with when the incident started occurring. Does this other metaverse user that Madarame and Kaneshiro mentioned really? Earlier, I briefly mentioned about those psychotic breakdown incidents that have alarmed the public. All of a sudden, people will lose consciousness or become violent. A situation as incomprehensible as that can't be explained away as troubled social conditions. I suspect that these cases are all connected to a larger man-made plot. The method involved always muddled the explication, but your story has virtually confirmed its viability. Although I wouldn't have expected a new criminal to come to light from your testimony. What did your group think of this other metaverse user? How self-centered of you. The Phantom Thieves tamper with people's hearts without asking consent. How is that different? Well, no matter how you thought of them, there can be no doubting your resolve. Are those incidents because of you or someone else? Now, let's move on to your next crime. Kunikazu Okumura. You should know who he is, considering what happened. Your testimony regarding this incident will be serious. I'm sure you understand why. Answer my next question carefully. What did you do to this Okumura?
To think, the cognitive version of a person would transform into such a horrible monster and attack us. That means our enemies aren't limited to shadows.
I thought the other people were just victims, like the slaves at the castle or the walking ATMs.
Even though they seem to be alive, they're only part of the backdrop. The environment. In other words, the palace ruler determines the form and strength of their cognitions. I would have loved to ask Futaba's mother how far along she was with her research.
Research, huh? She was looking into that cognitive science stuff, yeah?
If we put together all the information we've gathered up to this point, abuse of cognitive science can lead to death. And considering the cognitive aspect, I sense a strong connection between it and the metaverse.
On top of that, the research might have been stolen and used by someone else. You mean those guys that showed Futaba-chan the fake suicide notes?
If that is the case, those people are unforgivable.
Hey, Futaba, is there anything else you can remember? She is quite difficult.
I mean, yeah. So, I don't have too many issues with Persona 5 and Persona in general. But I will take this opportunity, and I don't know if this is something to do with Futaba or somebody with social anxiety or just plain whatever. What I do not like is what the next series of cutscenes do. Because the game forces you in this little, like, narrative thing. And even if their intentions are better, you know, build camaraderie in that, and build Futaba's trust in the party or things like that, it's still, the way they go about it is, like, very self-serving. They're like, she's not very sociable. She needs to break free of this. Let's help her out. Like, I know you need to help her, but it does feel like you're forcing it on her without really giving her an option. And it wasn't like it's mandated by Sojiro or anyone else. This is them decide. This is like deciding that Anne needs to pose naked even as a ploy to get to Yusuke. The narrative decides some things without kind of thinking through the implications if this was a real thing. Because it feels like you're forcing yourself to deal with somebody else, even for the betterment of your group. It's a bit icky. And the worst part is you can't really skip it either, so.
That smell.
Come on, no fair.
Hey, can I snag a bite? Meanie.
Why don't we take a short break? I've been thinking, even if Futaba is a genius, Could she really crush an international hacker organization that easily?
The one who taunted the Phantom Thieves was a guy in Japan. I knew the Medjed members in Japan weren't anything special, so I wasn't worried.
How do you know that?
Because I'm the founder.
What do you mean? Should we take that literally?
Yep, it was only me at first, back when I was referred to as the Hacker of Justice. But since I stayed anonymous, a bunch of guys from all over the world started using the name.
And those were the ones committing cybercrimes.
It was a hassle to expose all of them, so I just left them be.
So Futaba was the true Medjed, and we were freaking out over some weak-ass dipshits? You should have told us from the start.
I discarded the Medjed name a while ago. I'm Alibaba now.
Futaba, what do you want to do now, since you know our secret? We'd like you to join our
Okay.
Just like that?
This may even ensure our investigation of mementos goes along smoothly. Well, I guess.
Well, Futaba's real amazing. She's gonna be a big help for us, huh?
Say, Futaba, how did you find out about us?
Secret.
Where did you learn to hack?
Private.
When did you obtain the nav?
I refuse to answer.
Futaba-chan sure is unique. Still, it'll be a problem if she doesn't open up to us some more.
Well, yes, but again, see, this is the problem. You know that it might be a problem, but it's not like she isn't talking to you if you have something to talk to her about. It just feels like you're forcing a conversation for her for your own sake.
At the very least, we need to be able to communicate normally with her.
You're doing that now? God!
What should we do?
Nothing! Remember, she's been a shut-in for 2 years. You expect her to just talk to you?
That ain't gonna fly.
Says who?
First, we'll need to help her open up to us.
I mean...
If we each spend an entire day with her, maybe she'll get more used to being around us.
What is she, a dog?
I see. We do have the time thanks to summer vacation.
Look, and again, I don't know if this is a thing, and I don't mean to pry, but I will throw this out there for anybody who is watching who may have like a social anxiety issue with the shut-in, I guess. Again, I'm not trying to out anybody or whatever, but it is a legitimate question. Have you ever been in a situation like this, where it seems like people are forcing themselves for you to talk? Because that's, from what I remember from Persona 3 with Chihiro, it's almost like a physiological response, like a repulsion. And again, I don't think Futaba is that level. But again, it's one of those things like you're forcing somebody to talk almost against their will, to get to know you against their will, and you're deciding it without really asking her. Well, again, she feels like she's some pet, as opposed to, hey, I'm a person that I'm doing my own thing. I can help you. Let me help you. She was sociable enough to joke her. It's like, be around him enough, and then you'll be around the rest of them enough. It's not hard. Then again, I don't understand social anxieties and those kinds of things. So again, I don't know. I just find this kind of icky.
Tomorrow.
Let's go to the beach. There'll be tons of people there. Plus, we got totally dried out in that desert.
That's a great idea! I forgot I hadn't gone to the beach yet.
Excuse me?
Yeah, like, ask her opinion.
I'll come by tomorrow.
See, she can't even ask.
Let me help as well. I don't have anything planned.
Thanks. We can set a schedule with everyone else depending on when they're free.
Okay!
really do this?
I don't want you to do this. Yeah, you could give a better...
Why me?
I don't feel good about this answer.
Stress is the enemy of beauty, you know.
How can I stay calm about this?
Great job, Akechi.
I understand how you feel.
Thanks to the incident with those hackers, people are calling us incompetent. And on top of all that, the Phantom Thieves are claiming justice is on their side.
Mejed was dealt with by either the Phantom Thieves themselves or some avid supporter. There are no tracks whatsoever, so they must be quite skilled. Either way, the general public recognizes the Phantom Thieves as the subjugating party.
They're gaining support and influence much faster than we could have anticipated.
It is indeed an abnormal situation. I'm beginning to suspect mass manipulation of some. It's even possible that a powerful person is behind them, plotting the psychotic breakdowns. If only I had realized sooner.
It's rare to hear you speak in that tone.
For the sake of my justice, I won't forgive them.
Part of me doesn't buy what Akechi's saying, but I also do, in a way. Oh, hello. Huh? Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. So... shit. So that's Oya. We got Sojiro. Is Sojiro's things done? I could check.
You got time right now?
Uh-huh. Alright.
All right then.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Eventually, Sojiro's thing is going to level up. I just don't know exactly when. That's the frustrating part. But now that we've done with Futaba saying he softened his stance a little, and we're going to be able to finish his thing. And especially if you're going for Futaba's social link, you kind of want to go for his, almost like Nanako and
Our master would like
Dojima
a word with you.
in
Stand
P4.
up straight and listen closely, inmate.
I'm trying, but I slept like shit last night.
It seems you freed the heart of a frenzied girl and saved her from her haunted past. Another step has been taken to rehabilitation. You are progressing quite nicely.
Our master bestows words of praise upon you. You'd better feel honored.
By the by, more curious information has found its way to your ears. A scientist's research. It seems that world may secretly be known after all. Furthermore, that very research has been stolen and is now used by those with malicious intent. I wonder how this will change the approach you take. I believe I told you we would spare no expense in cooperating with you. Allow me to grant you a new power worthy of your current Though you have my aid, be sure not to let your guard down. Otherwise, you may get swept off your feet.
Level 7.
All right.
We shall meet again in the near future.
Time to go, inmate.
I'm going.
Okay.
Okay, Makoto and Yusuke. Okay.
that's supposed to be.
Don't worry about it.
Such avant-garde design. You have excellent taste.
Let's get started, shall we?
What do you plan on doing?
I'd like to simply have a normal conversation. That is the basis of true communication, after all.
Well, Yusuke seemed to be having a good conversation. He was talking about her art style.
Yes, you must be well versed in speaking when you are student council president.
Yes. But from my experience, you don't talk to... I don't talk to nobody unless I have something to talk to them about. Like, unless I know exactly what they're... Like, unless they're a customer, I don't interact with anybody unless I have something to talk to them about. Right? And I imagine Futaba's in that same situation. Yusuke broke the ice a little bit. Talk about that thing. Why did she buy it? What is it supposed to be? Start the conversation there.
Don't think too hard about our conversation. We're just going to talk about ordinary topics today.
And what do you mean by ordinary topics?
You know, things like food or the weather. Well then, let's begin with food. What do you like to eat, food?
Organic ones.
That wasn't exactly what I meant.
She answered, didn't she?
Let's try a different topic. How about the weather? I heard that this heat wave is showing no sign of stopping.
You can tell she's... See, this is also the problem, is she's forcing herself to talk when she... This is why you ask them what their interests are. I mean, I haven't really been sociable with people forever. Because of it, like, I don't, like... I'm not a sociable person, but I am very introverted. But when I'm on Twitch or I'm on YouTube, I have an inclination to say, oh, we're gamers, right? So we can talk about games. People know what my interest is. I'm not really that hard to talk to. This is what's so frustrating, is you find stuff that people are interested in before you force yourself to get interested in them.
Dunno, I haven't been out.
See?
Oh. Makoto's getting overwhelmed.
Yeah, let's figure out what Yusuke's doing over there.
This is odd. It wasn't supposed to go like this. By the way, Yusuke, what have you been doing this whole...
Ah, superb.
No!
Some of their heads came off when I was moving them, but I'm...
My children! What have you done to my children?
They appear to be quite shoddily made.
They're from Phoenix Rangers Neo Featherman! No, Yellow and Pink's heads, and Red's been hacked to bits! This is all Inari's fault!
Inari?
You know, Inari sushi? The tofu things foxes eat in the old stories? What kind of fox doesn't know that?
Inari?
Oh, they were in the perfect poses, too! It was so much work getting them set up just right. You wouldn't know aesthetics if it hit you in the face, Inari.
Oh.
How dare you say that to me?
Sheesh, that's not a conversation anymore. It's a full-blown argument.
Yeah.
Hey, she's getting involved.
I see. So their versatility allows you to recreate almost any dramatic scene you can imagine.
Mm-hmm. Victory is great for action, and Neo's got the best transforming suit.
Fascinating. Art depicts a flash of inspiration, but models offer a much different means of enjoyment.
Huh? Take a look at that. Futaba's having a regular conversation.
See what I mean? You find something of their value. You don't force your value on somebody else.
It seems she doesn't have a problem talking to others as long as the subject interests her.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing how that works, game.
I suppose the topics I brought up were not the right ones.
No, they were very sterile and boring.
So this is all I gotta do? What a breeze!
In that case, we should advance to the next step. How about we have her spend time in someone else's room?
Yes. She hasn't had many chances to leave the house yet, so that would be the perfect opportunity.
Don't set the bar so high! Well, I guess in that case...
I've left Tamara to An and Ryuji. He'll be there as well, so
Oh.
you'll be okay.
Can I wear my mask?
I think it would be best if you didn't.
But come on, she wants to.
There's really no telling how tomorrow's going to go.
Black. Blackity. Well, anyway, what's up here? Here's EY. Okay. Well, shit, Sojiro's goes up, so fuck it. We'll do that one instead. That'll be our thing for next time. See you guys next time.